Coming off the Arizona trip, quick turnaround, playing midweek game, which we don't typically do, but I think our guys are excited for it. I don't think we played our best hockey on Saturday against Michigan Tech, so sometimes it's good to get right back at it. So right back in the hockey schedule against a tough opponent, so it should be good for our guys. We're excited to be back home.
Great. We'll take any questions. Gracie, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. I know after the BC game, you were emphasizing the importance of special teams in practice, but since then, the PK has gone 13 for 13. So what have you been working on in practice this week?
Yeah, our penalty kill has gotten much better. Kim Brandwell and Joe Pereira do a really good job with it. We've talked about being more aggressive, and we've done that, and it's helped us. And when we have given up some chances, Drew's been there to shut the door, and you need that, especially when you're a little bit more aggressive, killing penalties, because at times you're going to give up a grade A chance because of it, and Drew's been very good. So I just think we're working well as a unit, and if you're going to be aggressive, you can't just be aggressive with one guy. Everyone has to be on the same page. And Kim and Joe have done a good job emphasizing that, and they've done a heck of a job. So I give them credit as well as our players.
Rick, go ahead.
Coach, you're playing UMass for the third time this year. Last time BU beat the team 3 times in one season was 2019-20 against UNH. So does this present an added challenge, or is it just another game against quality opponent?
Well, yeah, I think every game in hockey is a challenge. And I'm sure, we beat them twice. They're probably looking forward to trying to beat us tomorrow night. But we have just went to this game, getting back to playing our game. That's the most important thing. I thought we got away from our game. Not even only in the Michigan Tech game, even in the Air Force game, we didn't play as well as we're capable. So the biggest thing for us is getting back, playing our game. And it's against a good opponent and back in hockey. So that's clearly a challenge.
Charles, go ahead.
Thank you, Coach. The weekend split saw the return of Lane Hudson, obviously. What is it like to have Lane back and just in general having the two Hudsons in tandem on the ice for the Terriers?
Yeah, it's great having Lane back. You got to give him a lot of credit. I don't know what the heck time he got up in Nova Scotia on that Friday to get back in time to play an afternoon game. I could see if it was a night game, but he made it back for a 3:30 game. He wanted to play. We were talking about maybe managing his ice time, but he didn't want that. And then once he was going, we clearly saw that he was going to be just fine. So a lot of credit. A big part of our team, a big part of generating offense for us. So it's great to have him back. He's a competitive kid, wants to win, wants to help the team win, great teammate. So he's an important part of what we're doing.
Rick, go ahead.
Wilmer Skoog is now finding the net and the iron, but 2 juniors, Luke Tuck and Dylan Peterson, still are not. How concerned are you about that?
I don't know if I'm concerned. There's still plenty of time to go. I just think they need to get a little confidence, both of them, offensively. I think they just need to get a little bit on a roll. That's just kind of happened with Skoog. He's kind of been a little bit more on a roll the last 3 or 4 games, and you can see the confidence growing every game. He's getting more and more chances, and he's starting to finish some of those chances. So I think it's the same for Dylan and Jay, that they just got to find that confidence back. That's the biggest thing. Confidence goes a long way when you have it, and they're still, I think, squeezing the stick a little bit.
Anything else for Coach? Charles, go ahead.
I'm going to give you another Hudson-centric question here, Coach. Quinn got a goal against Harvard. Obviously, big step up there with Lane missing. In general, the Hudson brothers are 2 of the top 5 scorers for this team at this point. What is it like having this brothership on the ice?
Oh, it's great. I mean, Quinn's been he's been excellent as freshman forward. I think he already has 7 goals. I think he might be second on our team in goals. So you got to give him a lot of credit. He's a goal scorer. Like he he gets the puck in the slot, there's a good chance it's going in the back of the net, and that's a skill. Not a lot of guys can see the pass the goalie, but he can. We see it in practice every day. He's gotten better, every week. He's growing more parts of his game. So he's been really good for us, and you see it sometimes when they're out there together. They definitely have some chemistry. They're smart hockey players, really smart hockey players, especially with the puck on their stick. So both of them have been great for us this year, especially as freshmen. They've been a big part of our team.
Rick, go ahead.
Lachlan Getz seems to be playing with a lot of confidence, getting some shots on goal, jumping up into plays. Has he taken charge of that number 6 spot?
I think he's played well the last 2 games. Right now, he'll be in there again tomorrow night against UMass. So hopefully we can keep getting him, a few more minutes every game, so he really feels comfortable. And it's certainly not easy for 6 defensemen when they're playing 3 to 5 minutes, but you start creeping up towards 10 minutes, over 10 minutes, you start getting a little bit more confidence, a little bit better feel. And he's starting to earn that. So, we've been very happy with Lachlan. I mean, obviously he had the injury there. That's why he was out for a little while. And he's come back and he's played well the last 2 games.
Gracie, go ahead.
Devin Kaplan got on the score sheet last weekend, but he took 3 penalties against Air Force. Does his discipline this year concern you at all?
Penalties have been an issue with Kaplan a little bit, but we've talked about it. I think there's been some that he's big and strong that maybe just because he's stronger than the guy, the ref has given him a penalty. He's taken the problem I have is the stick penalties. He's aware of that. He's got to stop taking those. He took a couple against Air Force. He didn't take any against Michigan Tech, so that's a plus. So let's hope he doesn't take any tomorrow either. But he's actually been playing really well lately. He's starting to come, so I've been really happy with his play. But the discipline's it's an issue, so he's definitely got to get better with that.
Caroline, go ahead.
Coach, you guys are playing UMass and you've already swept them. So how do you make sure that you guys aren't overly confident going into the series or into this game tomorrow, especially against a team that's looking really hard to get back into the win column?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be overconfident. I think our guys understand, number one, is that we didn't play very well even over the weekend out in Arizona. We weren't on our game, so we got to find our game again. And the good thing is, we don't have to wait that long. We're playing a midweek game, so I do not think we'll be overconfident. Coming back from a West Coast trip, the biggest thing is finding your legs. So we got to make sure we're keeping it simple early in that game until we find our legs, because sometimes it's not easy, and these guys don't experience that too often. Flying from the West Coast and then playing 2 days later, it can be a little bit of a challenge. So we definitely have to make sure our details and our structure are really good tomorrow night. I mean, UMass is a good hockey team.
Got time for one more. We'll go with Bell.
Coach, I don't know if this was asked yet, so sorry if it's a repeat, but any updates on Jamie Armstrong being in or out?
Jamie is he'll be out definitely tomorrow. He has not been back on the ice yet. Hopeful for Saturday, but he has not been cleared to even skate yet, so that could be a long shot as well. I thought we certainly missed him on Saturday. He's been very good for us this year. He has a role that he accepts and is very good at it. He brings energy to our group, so he was missed. I thought we missed him a lot on Saturday against Michigan Tech.